Hello, hello, hello. It is Angel Howard coming to you again. Thank you for tuning in to my channel. My video it's created to inspire, to encourage, and to empower, and to bring hope. Because we all have something that we go through in life, and so I enjoy encouraging people and letting them know. And I use my own experiences sometimes when I encourage, and I bring encouragement. I use my own experiences of what I've gone through and how I've overcome many obstacles in my life, and the obstacles that I'm yet trying to overcome. I talk about these things. I'm at liberty to talk about them because it's for the purpose to help others who want help, who seriously want to be helped. And I have a true passion. I've always known this. I've always known that I've always enjoyed encouraging people. And it was at one point in my life where, before I realized what my purpose was in life, there was one time in my life where I would encourage people, but I would still be down inside. I would be depressed. I'm like, Lord, how am I able to encourage people, but yet I'm the one that's depressed and down? At the end of the day, no one could tell that, even with a smile on my face, I was down. I was in deep pain, like depression, and that's why I said I like to be real with people, authentic. I'm not trying to be somebody else. I'm myself. I'm who I am, and I'm thankful that who God He's changed my life, and He has pretty much like transitioned me to a reset. And it's like a resetting of wiping away all of the scars, those things that had put baggage in my life. And once again, you've heard me talk in my previous videos about the pain that I've gone through as a child without my dad. And I had to live in a one-parent household, a single mom household. And I'm very thankful for my mom to this day for taking care of me and my sibling. I'm thankful for that. But I would like to I can't help but talk about it. My book that I'm writing is not about fathers and daughters. I want to make sure that's clear. But it is about becoming the better you. Okay? And it's pretty much my life, my story. Can nobody tell my story but me? And my story is not for the intent to cause embarrassment or shame or guilt on anybody, or any retaliation. I do not have that intent. My story is for the sake of helping women and men overcome the obstacles in life and not go through it, and know how to be healed, and know how to overcome challenges and obstacles, to know how to respond to them, to know what to ask God for in your life. It's not the material things of life. It's basically changing you, who you are, resetting your heart, changing your heart, cleansing your heart. You have to detox from the pain. And what I went through as a kid, I didn't realize that it was traumatic for me. I didn't realize that I was going to suffer as I got older and became a woman, a young woman, married with children. I did not know that the lack and the deficiencies of what I went through growing up without a dad, I didn't think that it would have an impact on my life. But it did. It really did. And I just want to bring this topic. Many people don't like to talk about it, but there's many people that are suffering right now that many women are suffering right now because they've never healed from the father wounds, or their mother mistreated them, or they were favoritism. Not saying that my mother mistreated me. I'm not saying that. It's just that there are people who have suffered through the childhood wounds, the pain that you had to endure, and it hurts my heart. And that's why I have a love for children, because they didn't ask to be in this world in the first place. You didn't ask to be here in the first place, but then you put in a position, where you're in an environment where you are under these conditions, and it's just the way it is. But my story helps the person that is troubled in their life, or wonder, why am I the way I am, or why am I fearful, or why am I always angry at people, or why am I always easily offended by people, or why do I have anxieties, why am I always overthinking or overanalyzing things, or why am I always having relationships that tend to break up, or relationships with friends where I can't keep friends for long, or why is it that every time I like somebody and we're in a relationship, it doesn't work out, but you're the person that feels you're entitled to everything. You feel like you have entitlement to everything. You feel like the world lives on your watch. The world owe you something. I know I might be stepping on toes on these subjects, but it's the truth. And sometimes it's a hard pill to swallow. But or sometimes you just in a rage. A lot of these things are baggage, spiritual things that you have picked up along the way. And the deficiencies of being isolated and having emotional abandonment as a child, feeling rejected, feeling unloved, not having any communication with family or somebody to love you, will cause a person to kind of look at themselves differently. Give them, you lose your value, your worth, you lose your self-esteem, you lose confidence in who you are. You kind of second guess yourself. You even second guess your intelligence. Like, you lose yourself, you lose your identity. And then now you're like, my goodness, I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask to be this. I didn't ask to live this way. You may have had parents that were abusive, verbally, physically abusive. Maybe, you felt like you just didn't fit in. You didn't fit in even growing up in school. Maybe you didn't have friends. Maybe you were always rejected. You had to go into isolation because you were tired of repeated rejection. People who repeatedly rejected you. And not only did your family reject you, but your friends, people that you thought were your friends, that acted like your friends, that only wanted to be your friends only when it was a convenience to them, which were really not your friends in the first place. But you was trying to be accepted. You was trying to fit in. You're trying to find love. Now you're starting to like guys. Now you're a young girl. You're looking at, you're in a relationship with someone. You like this person. This person good and well, this person may not be the one for you. It's not the one for you. But then again, you don't really know what you want in life, because all you know is you didn't have it that great growing up. So now you're looking for love in the wrong places. You've lowered your standards for men that they weren't your purpose. They were not for you. They weren't called for you. They were not in God's will for you. So now you're in a relationship with someone and you're stuck. You're stuck because you've given your body to this person. And I'm just keeping it real now. I'm keeping this real. You've given your body to somebody. You're looking at sex as love because now you're emotionally involved with somebody. But the person that's getting this using you pretty much is only using you for pleasure, and it's not love. It's not love. And that's the part that hurts. So now you're a woman that's scorned, and because of this you may have you may have ended up with children, because of a bad relationship, and now you're not with the kids' parents. Now you're broken. Then you become a very, very bitter and resentful woman as you get older. You're angry. You don't trust anybody. These are baggages that will grow on you and become monsters. And the sad part is, when these giant spirits grow in you, they get bigger and bigger and bigger, because guess what? Now your whole perspective of life and the way you feel about yourself is distorted, and there's dysfunction now. You don't see people gracefully. It's hard to love people. You're angry at the world. You're depressed. There's depression. Now you're taking pills for depression, but you're taking pills for something that's pretty much putting a band-aid on a wound. It's not really healing the wound. You have to fix you have to face it in order to fix it, pretty much. And if you don't, it's gonna chip away at your life. Your baggage will eventually take your life, unfortunately. But there is hope. There is hope in God. God saves and He heals. He heals the brokenhearted. He heals us from the baggage. He releases it. He removes it. And it's a mystery, pretty much, but it's only God can do it. And the only way that you're going to be able to get healed is you got to ask God to heal you. You got to ask God to remove the toxins and the poison from your system. And ask God to renew your mind and renew your heart, to make your heart clean, to make it pure. Only God can do that. I mean, you have to cry out. If you have to cry out to God and say, God, I am here. Help me, Lord. Help me, God. I need your help today. I need your deliverance, God. He can do it. He can do it. He can give you a renewed mind, and it will blow your mind. It will blow your mind. God sometimes has to, when we want change to come around us, He has to change you first. He has to clean you up first. He got to change and clean what's inside of you, that them toxins and them poisons that got you thinking a certain way. He's got to take that out. He's got to remove that. His power is able to remove that is in you, that is causing you to think like you think, see things like you think you're seeing, hearing things that you're just in a world of offense. You're always defensive. It's like you're a rebel without a cause. And God will heal you from that, but you got to accept the fact that you need it. You ask God, help me, help remove these toxins and poisons from my mind, heal my heart, God, from all that has been the hand that I've been dealt with in life, the childhood baggage that I've gone through, that I've carried through my life, through my womanhood, as a mother, as a wife, or as single woman, God, give me what you want for me. Ask God to give you the desires that he desired for you to have. That's how he start to change your heart. And once you start to pray that prayer, God will make that change in your life. Trust me. Trust and believe. He will change your life. But you got to believe in God. You got to believe he's going to do it for you. And you have to have a made-up mind and a made-up heart. You have to. He loves you. Trust me, Jesus died on the cross and he took away all of that baggage. When he died on that cross, he said when they pinned him on that cross and they dug into his body and he bled on that cross, he died for our sins. He shed blood for our sins. That was the representation of all of the stuff, the trauma we've gone through. We have to give all that the dysfunction to God. All of that stuff, we have to give it to God. And that is why Jesus died on the cross for our sins. And see, there is power in us. See, we have to understand that there is power. When Jesus rose on that third day, there was power. That goes to show you that the same power that rose Jesus from the dead is the same power that is in you. That is why you can be healed. That is why he can set you free. That is why he can transform you. That is why he can renew your mind. But there's a process that you have to go through in order to be renewed. You have to understand that the process is not always going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. Because you got to use your faith. And sometimes the change is going to be uncomfortable. So you got to go through that process of change. And at the same time, you have to trust God in the midst of the process. That transitioning ain't always going to be easy. And it's not going to be comfortable. Because when you're being changed, you're put in a different environment, in a different position. And you have a different fight on your hands. And the enemy will try to attack whatever way he can. He's going to try to attack you because he do not want you to win. He do not want you to receive God's blessing and what God has for you, because he know that there's a calling on your life, and that he know that once your mind has been changed and you have come to the awakening and the ascension of what God is doing for you and what he will do for you and your destination, then he's going to try to attack you every way he can. And he's going to use your weakness to try to use that to make you to not believe that you can make it. The drug abuse, if drug use, alcohol use, whatever it is, that you have a weakness in, sex, whatever it is, he'll use that thing that you're weak in to try to pull you down, to try to make you feel like you're not worthy enough, you're not good enough, you can't serve in your purpose with these issues. He'll make you think that. Well, that's a lie. That's a lie, and that's a way to deceive you. And to make you forfeit your blessing, to make you forfeit your purpose in life. We're all not perfect. I'm not perfect. Every day I fight. Every day, every single day, my fight is different. But I have to trust God to help me fight every battle. And every battle is not fought the same way. You don't fight with your tongue and your attitude and the clapback moments. That's not how you're supposed to fight back. You're not going to win that way. You got to fight with trust in God. You got to use the living word. It's the living word that is our sword. That's the sword that fights the enemy. See, our fight is not with flesh and blood. That means that flesh and blood, that's people. That's the things around us. That's not our fight. Our biggest fight is with the evil forces in high places, the evil things, the evil forces and the evil spirits around us. That is our fight. You have to learn how to use what God has given, the power that God has given you to fight those battles. And you can get through it. But do not allow your hindrance, that making you feel that you're not progressing, do not allow that to hinder you and block you and keep you from getting what God has for you. Keep fighting the race. Keep pushing through each and every day. Don't believe the lie of the enemy, because he don't want you to win. And if you believe him, you'll never win. You'll never win. All right, you know what? I will not hold you any longer on this video. I've spent enough time on it. I did not mean to hold you this long. My videos are actually supposed to be short and brief and inspiring, but I do not want to hold you any longer than what I have to. But you know what? Please visit me on the next video, and I will have what God has given me to speak, because I am here to inspire you and to encourage you. If you like this video, please hit the like button, the thumbs up. If you would like to share, if you really feel like somebody can be really touched and inspired by this video, please share this video. Please subscribe to my video so that you can receive alerts every time I come up. I want you to be blessed. I want you to be encouraged, and I want you to keep the fight. Keep fighting for your life.